Hey guys, welcome back to the weekly astrology and pick a card reading. This is for October 18th through to the 24th of October 2021. Okay, so this week with the astrology, the main things are, first of all, Mercury goes direct this week. So Mercury in Libra finally goes direct, yay. It's been a bit of a funny one, this Mercury retrograde. So that's from Monday that's from Tuesday, tomorrow. On Monday, Jupiter goes direct. So, sorry, I got those mixed up. Jupiter's direct on 22 degrees today. So this is really good for everybody. It's a feeling of forward movement. We have quite a few planets moving direct now, and the most ones that make the most impact in that they're going direct are Jupiter and Saturn. So Saturn went direct last week. Also Mercury direct is, a relief. So with the Jupiter direct, it impacts everybody, but particularly if you're a Sagittarius sun, moon, rising, or Venus or Mars, you'll feel a sense of relief with that. And also for Aquarians, because Jupiter is in the sign of Aquarius. So the Aquarian sun, moon, and risings will feel that as a feeling of forward movement, things starting to, feel like you're making progress, or that you're looking forward, going, okay, I can see that things are going to start to shift forward for me now in regards to my path, in regards to a sense of growth, a sense of optimism in some way. And you may not feel completely optimistic, or you may not feel like everything is on track, but it's certainly going to start to feel a bit better with Jupiter moving direct from Monday. The other stuff is, most importantly, we have a very powerful full moon in Aries this week on the 20th. So that's Wednesday here in Australia, Tuesday in the US. It's at 27 degrees of Aries, and it does make some tense aspects. So it makes a square to Pluto, and it makes an opposition to Mars in Libra. So a lot of energy, and you'll be feeling it from today. You'll be feeling this kind of, some people might be feeling a bit of a head trigger on their emotions, like a bit more reactive, a bit more highly strung. More frustration if you're feeling like you can't achieve the things that you want to do, because Aries is a very independent energy. It's a forward moving energy. It's a desire to take action. It's a very action orientated cardinal sign, cardinal meaning energy for initiating. So Aries energy wants to initiate. So with that full moon building up, we will feel restless if we can't get the things done that we need to get done, or that we want to get done. So it can bring up a bit of aggression. It can be very intense emotionally. We can have quick or intense emotional reactions. We can feel a little bit like, depending on your personal nature. If you're very fiery by nature, you might find it a little bit challenging to feel really in control of your emotions. If you're more earthy, you might not feel it as strongly, though some people might, depending on if this falls into your 12th house, say, if you're a Taurus rising, this will fall into your 12th house. You might feel this as a lot bubbling up from your subconscious, which could feel a bit uncomfortable. You could have some difficult, stressful dreams or nightmares. Some people may get headaches around the Aries full moon, because Aries is a sign that rules the head. Each sign rules a part of the body, and Aries is the head. So it's not uncommon when there's a full moon, an intense full moon like this in Aries, that you could be, if you're someone that is prone to headaches, you could be a bit more prone to that now. But generally speaking, people might feel a little bit more wild, or in touch with their primal emotion. Can be anger, can be just very intense emotion. And Aries is an energy that likes to confront. It doesn't like to sweep things under the carpet. So I think globally, with this energy, we'll be seeing a lot more truths coming out. It has been a gradual process lately of, if you're looking for that information, if you're aware of that information, truths coming out about a lot of things that are going on at the moment. So as I've said before, most people that watch my channel would be aware of what I'm talking about. If you're someone that purely watches stuff that's on the TV that sort of doesn't involve any digging or researching, then you may not know what I'm talking about. But it's time for truths to come out, and that's what's happening, and I'm seeing a lot of that myself out there in the world. So it's interesting times. There can be fears as well coming up when the moon's in Aries. It's a very survival sort of fight or flight kind of energy, and so if you're feeling yourself getting angry or really frustrated, it is best to try to channel this into physical exercise or some kind of outlets. If you can't do physical exercise for whatever reason, try journaling, or try expressing your emotions in a way that's more healthy or productive for you. There can be frustration. I'm not going to lie. It's an intense full moon. It's square with Pluto, so, and opposite Mars. There's a lot of agitation that people are going to be. Sensitive people will feel this as agitation or anxiety or feeling a bit raw, feeling a bit on edge, or even a restlessness that you just can't pinpoint what to do with that energy. So, yoga's also good for that. So that is like the big energy this week with this powerful full moon in Aries, very heightened energy. And then also the other thing is on the 24th this week, the sun actually changes signs and we move into Scorpio season. So that's a big shift as well. So let's have a look at the cards part of the reading. So I might do the fire signs first since it is a fiery moon this week, and then I'll do earth, air and water. Okay, so let's look at the fire signs for this week. So I have the Gaian Tarot here. I have the messages from your animal spirit guides, and I also have this one, the Eternal Crystals Oracle. I love this deck, it's quite beautiful. So those are the 3 decks and the Astro Dice that I usually use. Just going to don't usually do this, but I just felt the need to light a little bit of incense, and just feels like it needs a bit of a clearing of energy. There we go. Okay, that feels better. Usually I do that beforehand, but I forgot, and I was like, need to clear the energy. Okay, so that's better. And usually I do a silent prayer while I'm doing that. Okay, so fire signs, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. What are your messages this week? Aries, Leo, Sag. What are the messages for this week, the week of the full moon? Jeez. Okay, so 2 cards jumped out, so I will keep both of those. So you have the 9 of Earth, which is the 9 of Pentacles. Okay, so this is quite a good card. Interesting how she's surrounded by lavender fields. That's funny to me, because lavender is a calming herbal, remedy. So that's very interesting. So, and interesting, she's a redhead, which makes me think of fiery Aries energy. So there's almost like, I feel like the tarot and spirit, they have a sense of humor. They really do. So it's like, be calm this week. Surround yourself with lavender. Symbolically, it's like, don't let yourself get angered over things that, if you react to them, there may be negative consequences. So just work on your own inner sense of calm, or working on dealing with anger if it comes up in a harmonious way. And we are still in Libra season, so accessing more the Libran opposite, like asking yourself, okay, if I do this, how's it going to make other people feel? If I react like this right now, is it going to cause too much disharmony that it's not repairable? Ask yourself that question if you're struggling with intense emotion. The canoe, interesting. So that's the 7 of Swords. So the 7 of Swords is about moving into a calmer time. Interesting. The lavender, about calming energy, moving away from choppy waters into more calming energy this week for some reason. So you may had to deal with something that was challenging, possibly around the full moon in Aries, but you're moving into a calmer energy there. So usually I just get the 1 card, but when 2 jump out, I do take them. So let's look out what else for the fire signs this week. Oh, cheetah, get clear on your intention, stay focused and move quickly to achieve your goal. Interesting, because moving quickly to achieve your goal, and this card is moving forward into calmer waters, but there's a sense of moving forward. Jupiter is a planet that rules fiery Sagittarius, so for the fire signs, there's this moving forward energy that you guys are going to feel this week quite strongly. So you might be a bit more amped up with your energy with the cheetah. You might feel like rushing into things. But the cheetah, like all felines, they're quite strategic as well. So keep that in mind. Keep strategies in mind is what I'm hearing for fire signs. In a way, like, don't react too quickly to things this week, even though the temptation will be there. Fire signs, what else for this week? This one. Apophyllite, connect, third eye and crown chakra. Wow. Interesting, the colors are similar with these two. Okay, so crown chakra talks about meditation, really, and connecting with the divine. I really get this sense of meditation, or like listening to a certain type of music that can connect you to higher frequencies, like Hertz frequencies or solfeggio frequencies, that binaural beats, things like that, that really can get you sort of into a higher frequency is what I'm feeling. Let's look at the astro dice for the fire signs. Uranus, Libra, second house. Okay, so that Libra comes up here, so we are in Libra season. Uranus in Libra is a bit of an agitated sort of energy. You may feel that your ideas this week are a little bit different to the mainstream or the norm, or, you know, what other people, Libra's relationships, what other people around you think. Second house is your values, like what are you valuing at this time? What do you hold as important values to you? Second house is also earned money. For some people, this is unexpected developments with regards to earning money. So you could hear news, unexpected with the Uranus, news from someone else, Libra, in regards to a job situation, finances, or something to do with how you can earn money could be coming up there. Okay, so let me just see if also throat chakra comes up. These two are both Venus energies. The second house is ruled by Taurus, which is also ruled by Venus. That's also ruled by Venus. So it is asking you to focus on harmony this week, even though you might feel agitated or highly strung. Okay, that's what I'm seeing there with the fire signs. Okay, so moving on to what have we got next? The earth signs. Okay. All right, earth signs: Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. I did feel a bit highly strung when I was doing the cards for the fire sign, so that, well, it makes sense with the full moon in a fire sign. I feel a bit more calm with the earth signs. The priestess, ooh, some magical energy there. So looking at information that gives you wisdom, possibly doing research. This is a card of knowing, like knowing deep things. So maybe this week you feel like you're coming into some kind of knowing of something deep and powerful, or maybe you're having to hold back a little bit of your knowledge around certain people this week. It's also, I'm hearing secrets, and it is a card that represents that. I just heard secrets. So some people, there may be some kind of secret. Ooh, shark. Trust your instincts to discern the truth of a situation. Wow. These cards are really actually quite similar in that, you know, this is a very intuitive energy, the priestess, which is in traditional tarot, the high priestess. It's, you know, look at all the water around her, and we have this shark. Obviously sharks are submerged under the water, so something, the moon represents the subconscious mind, the depths of the ocean, also the subconscious mind, very Neptunian energy. I'm really getting this for earth signs this week. It's saying trust your gut. If you're someone who's very practiced with trusting your intuition, it's easy. You know by now how to trust your feelings. You've tested it over the years, and you're like, yeah, if I don't listen to my intuition, things that are not great happen, you know. So this is talking about your intuition. The shark can represent the underworld in a way, dark forces that you are trying to protect yourself from. With the priestess is very powerful. She knows what's what. And I get a bit of a heavy sort of serious undertone here, like there are things going on that you are trying to protect yourself energetically from, spiritually from, and possibly even physically from. It may be that there are just forces. I mean, we are in a very strange time in the world, that's for sure. And I've talked about this multiple times. I've posted things on Instagram about it, and on my stories and whatnot, and even on my posts about we're in Uranus in Taurus time. And I'll just add this into for you guys specifically. Well, I'm on earth signs, and there are Taurus people that might be watching this. So Uranus in Taurus, the last time this happened was from the late 1930s to around 1945. And if you look back in history, what was happening then, you know, I mean, need I say more? It was a harrowing time in history. And it was a time where there were a lot of evil, dark forces in the world, a lot of light, you know, and trying to sort of, people are trying to, you know, many years later heal from that trauma. So what I'm getting at is I feel like some people that are watching are aware of this dark energy, this shark energy, And, you know, think about a shark. What is it? It's a apex level predator. Okay. And, I mean, yeah, that itself, right? And then you have this woman who is like, you know, has this power, has this spiritual power, and she's protecting herself because she sees it coming already. She sees what's going on and she knows what to do to protect herself. So if anything, I actually feel from many of the earth signs, this is a big validation on your intuition, and it's a message to keep going on the path that you know is right for you. Okay, very strong message there. I'll move on. Another card, this one jumped out. Wow, selenite, peace, crown chakra, beautiful. So this is a very reassuring message after those heavy messages. It's like, be at peace because you have so much protection around you. Yes, there are subterranean forces here, but you're protected from that. All you need to do is keep listening to your intuition. Selenite is, I love selenite. I've got lots of selenite here. This is selenite. Love the sound it makes too. It just sounds so beautiful. And it's just, there's something about it. It's so, it just has this sort of semi-translucent, semi-opaque quality. It's nothing like any other crystals, and it's just very good for clearing your energy. It's good for putting under your pillow at night to have peaceful sleep. Some people like to put it under their bed. Some people like to use it around their aura to cleanse negative energies or thought forms away. It can be used for all those things. All right, so interesting messages for you guys. So let's see what the astro dice say for the earth signs. Moon. Okay, interesting, because the moon is very strong influence with the priestess. Third house and Aquarius. I love this. So the moon, once again, talks about your intuition and you trusting that. Third house is information. Aquarius is a higher octave of information. Downloads from spirit, knowing things, right? So there's a lot of communication energy that you may be receiving on this level of things. The moon, which is your feminine side. Even, you know, if you're a man, it doesn't matter. The feminine side is the intuitive side, and we all have that ability. Whether we listen to it or not is our choice. Whether we would decide or choose to work with it or not is our choice. It's like any kind of skill. The more you work on it, the better you get at it. So third house is about communications. Aquarius is also communications, but this can also be to do with friendships. So there can be supportive female friends around you this week that help you understand things in a deeper way or in a bigger picture way with third house and the Aquarius energy. All right, so I'll leave it there. So that was for the earth signs. Moving on to the air signs. Okay, so I'm just going to sip my kombucha. I don't usually drink kombucha when I do these, but ginger and lemon kombucha is really good. Okay, so air signs. This is for Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. What other messages for Gems, Libra, Aquarius this week? Oh, I feel like this one. Ten of Earth. That's a nice card. Ten of Pentacles. That is a very good card. Okay, so support from family. Support from, you know, the structure that's around you to do with your stability, where you live, family in general. You could be very feeling a deep connection with a particular family member. Someone, I feel like someone's grandfather. Okay, someone's grandfather may have passed recently. Okay, so if that relates to you, might just be one person out there. There's a man walking off in the distance, and that really drew my attention. I know this card, but that it doesn't usually stand out to me, but today it's really jumping out. So I don't know if you can actually see that. So he's wearing jeans and a white shirt, and he's sort of hunched over, but he's got grey hair. I think he's got a walking stick. Someone's ancestor in spirit is connecting, and I'm getting a very strong J initial. So look, that sometimes happens on these readings, even though these are general readings. This could be someone's grandfather in spirit reaching out, but I feel that J. I can feel it in my mouth, like I want to say the J. It's funny, sometimes I hear it like clairaudiently, but I'm just feeling it, like I need to say J, J, J. Maybe someone actually had a nickname JJ or called someone JJ, okay? Feeling that so strongly. All right, let's see what you've got from the animal messages. Cat, oh, how cute. It's time to strike out on your own and relinquish your over-dependency on others. So you may be thinking about, yeah, interesting, you know, the Ten of Pentacles is about family support, but it's also saying you need to, something about really step into that feeling of responsibility that you have for your life and sort of detach a little bit from sort of, it might not be for everyone, but for some people, like an over-dependency on someone, on the idea of someone, on something like that. It doesn't mean that we don't need people in our lives to help us. It's more anything that feels like it's a psychological crutch for you, okay? That's what I'm getting. Might be one person in your life. You've got amethyst, third eye. Third eye stuff has been coming up. Intuition, wow. And the cat also represents intuition as well. So you are, you know, this week really leaning heavily on your intuition and intuitive moments and listening to that. You may feel drawn to amethyst at this time. I love amethyst, one of my favorite. I've got a lot of amethyst here, one of my favorite crystals. Amethyst crystals. I've got this beautiful one here. I don't want to move it because of the light attached to it, but oh, I could just be surrounded by amethyst. I just love it so much. That color purple is just so rich, and it's very it's a beautiful crystal if you're feeling that the earth realm feels very heavy to you and you want to connect with something that feels more of the divine. Amethyst is a beautiful crystal for that. It really helps to feel connected to your spiritual path, your divine nature, a feeling of, you know, if you're someone who, I know I'm doing air signs now, but say you've got a lot of earth in your chart, or an earthy moon that's got Saturn impacting it or something, and you just crave feeling that connection sometimes to the divine or to a higher frequency, amethyst is great. And the color purple actually as well. Okay, so what do the dice say? So we have Leo, we have the North Node, and we have the 9th house. Okay, all very fiery energies. That's a fire energy, that's fiery house, and the North Node can be a very fiery energy, as you know, it's the head of the dragon in Vedic astrology. Not that I'm huge into Vedic, I do like a little bit of Vedic astrology, but just out of interest, but I do practice Western astrology. But anyway, so this is very fiery energy. I feel like it's to do with knowledge and seeking knowledge and following your truth with the Leo. Leo energy is also about courage, and it's about listening to your heart. Okay, so the 9th house is about education. Yeah, it wasn't that the 9th house? Oh well, I thought it was the 9th house, so I'll keep it there. Education, what's going on in the world in a bigger picture sense. It's a Sagittarius house, so bigger themes. You know, you may be reading information that's big picture of big things going on in the world. You may be studying astrology. You may be studying something very specific that's to do with your future and your path with the North Node. But this week, because you guys have the North Node, there could be some destined events this week to do with information, knowledge, spiritual path, or dealing with love matters, your truth, your creativity, or male persons around you that are inspiring. Okay, and lastly, the water signs. So let's see what... Get some more of my drink here. Okay, so Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. Okay, this one's jumped out. Oh goodness, lightning. Okay, so that's the Tower card. So I wonder why you guys have the Tower card this week, water signs. It could be to do with the full moon in Aries, something dramatic there. It is very fiery and electrical. Let's see what else comes out. There is a fire there, so I do think it's something to do with this full moon in Aries for you guys. No, I feel it's somewhere down here, this one. Lepidolite, third eye. This is a recurring theme for all the elements this week. Every single one I've done has had something to do with the crown chakra or the third eye chakra. So obviously it's really important to listen to your intuition this week. So there might be a lot of pressure this week with these energies. Lepidolite is a crystal that's for anxiety, to sort of help you manage anxiety. Obviously, you know, when it comes to anxiety, you don't rely on a crystal itself. You know, I'm very practical, so yes, I do use crystals myself for all manner of things, but obviously there are other things that you need to use other than crystals to manage different things. But that is one of the things it's known for. It's got a very calming presence about it. When you hold it, if you're sensitive, you can feel this very sort of grounding, calming, lovely influence. So that's what this is talking about. And with the Tower card, I'm not surprised that the crystal message is about a calming crystal. Also, it's to do with third eye, so anything that's purple relates to clairvoyant messages. Could come through dreams, could come through meditation. You could feel pressure or tension in your third eye. Too many cards fell out then. Oh, this one literally is jumping right out. Wolverine, you're a lot tougher than you think you are. Wow. So, okay, so this week for the water signs, there might be something that feels stressful or sudden, some kind of sudden event, sudden change, sudden development, something that comes out of the blue, or just a lot of pressure, you know. for some reason, and it's saying you are a lot stronger than you realize, you know. So that's a beautiful reassuring message to say that, you know, we don't get given things in this life that are beyond our ability to handle, and we are a lot stronger, and humans are a lot more resilient than we usually give ourselves credit for. So let's see what else you have. You have Gemini, you have the 8th house, and you have, that is actually the North Node. Interesting. So the North Node, interesting right now because the North Node is actually in Gemini. It has been all this year. It goes into Taurus next year. And you have the 8th house. So 8th house is about very deep emotions, deep feelings, also other people's money, investments, tax refunds, taxes, loans, credit card stuff, banking issues, stuff like that. So anything related to that could come up this week. The North Node in Gemini is interesting because not only has the North Node been, as I said, in Gemini this whole year, but this speaks of some kind of destined event or destined communication that's very important this week. Something happening this week that could be pivotal for the water signs in some way. As I said, you could get some news with Gemini, you know, a message about something that's very powerful that influences you in a deep way. For some people, this could be a message. Some people, it could be a message from a soulmate, someone that you've wanted to hear from and you suddenly hear from them. For other people, it's some other important communication that could feel a little bit unexpected here with this, but there is something destined around it, and it's giving you the advice here to know that you are strong, that no matter how you feel this week with that full moon in Aries, which apparently for the water signs might be a bit challenging, you have the strength to deal with it. So, you know, that's what I'm getting. So that was the reading for the week, guys. And I'll just say a quick message before you go. I did post about this on my Instagram account. There is an account on Instagram that has copied all of, well, not all of my photos. They've stolen a lot of my reviews, my photographs from my Instagram account. They've blocked me, so they made it really difficult to report. But I had a lot of my really sweet followers and really loyal clients go to the account and report the account on Instagram as a fake scammer account. If you could please do that. If you're watching this, go to at Susan Starlight ____. How you can tell it's a fake account: they have no comments on any of their posts. They don't do any stories. They have no link to an online store in the bio like I do on mine. I mention my YouTube channel on my on my Instagram bio, and I have a link to my Etsy store. They don't have that, and I've got like hundreds of posts. They've only got like about 20 posts. I might put the info below this video so you can go. If you're on Instagram, if you have an Instagram account, I'll put the info below. If you could go into the app and report that account, it will just really help me out, because this person has actually been contacting people trying to get money off them, and I will never ever reach out to anyone offering a reading. All readings go through my online store, and you know, if people buy from me, they buy from me. If they don't, they don't. Like, I would never go and initiate a conversation about, would you like to buy a reading, ever. But this lady is doing that. And also, if anyone's being reached out to by her, she's got very broken English, so I don't know. She might be she's obviously from a non-English speaking country. But anyway, that's the info on that. And it's been very draining dealing with that. I've been trying to, I've reported it to Instagram, like, officially, and I had to upload a photo of myself and all this stuff, and it's just like, haven't heard from them yet. That was a few days ago. So hopefully it gets sorted. In the meantime, if you'd like to book a reading, you can. I am very, very booked up though, so the turnaround time is the usual 9 to 16 business days. Sorry, I can't get it to you faster than that. It's not possible. I'm just pretty run off my feet with readings. I love what I do, but it's extremely busy at the moment. And that's it, guys. So have a great week. Try to pace yourself with this crazy Aries moon. I just find whenever there's a full moon in Aries, things get a little bit wild. Like emotionally, people, you know, start beeping their horns, and there's a lot of road rage and crazy stuff like that. All right, guys, have a great week. Thank you so much for watching. See you next week. Bye.